Hi there, here at CBT we love to review big fast bikes. But while it's true that superbikes and other high performance bikes are the epitome of the biking world, the bread and butter of the motorcycle world are the small scooters and underbone kapchais that move this country. From students to factory workers to office workers and blue-collar workers, these two-wheeled workhorses move Malaysians and are truly the lifeblood of our nation. Scooters like this new NMAX 155cc, which I am currently riding right now, is the latest offering from Yamaha and it's priced at 8,812 ringgit. Okay, for now let's ride back to our studio at Balai Berita Bangsa so we can take a closer look at this new people mover. Hi, I'm Ahirin and I do motorcycle reviews for cars, bikes and trucks. I personally love fast bikes, especially super fast superbikes. But I'm also a great fan of the humble scooter. In my other ordinary life, I'm a student in UiTM Alor Raja Melaka. And I commute daily using my very own scooter, which is the Piaggio Liberty 150cc. So, when I was offered the chance to test ride out this Yamaha NMAX 155cc, I just jumped at that opportunity instantly. Now, let's take a look at Yamaha's new baby. As you can see, it has a very interesting, futuristic style. The design of this bike, it is curvaceous, almost bulbous front end. The design is rather stylish, but more to mature kind of way. Being Japanese, it doesn't have that sporty flair like an Italian scooter. It's not really a jeans and sneakers kind of a teenage scooter, but I can definitely picture it being ridden in metropolitan areas such as Kuala Lumpur, perhaps in Bangsa or Damansara, by someone young and stylish on their way to work. Now, let's take a look a little closer to the details. Here we have an LED headlight up front and a matching LED brake light on the rear. The seat height is just 765mm, which is suitable for Asian builds, ladies inclusive. So, it's certainly wide and also very comfortable. As reference, I am 171 cm tall and I can even bend my knees while I flat foot this bike. This bike weighs only 127 kg and it feels pretty light, especially for a girl. Underneath this bodywork is a 6.6 liter tank, which should give it a range of about 150 kilometers, which is probably more than enough of what this scooter is built for. Enough for you to zip around town, not built for speed. Up front, we have 110/70 13-inch rims, while on the rear, we have 130/70 13 inches as well. I must say that with small rims like this, you will be jumping over potholes. Why? Because these rims are still relatively small for pothole Kuala Lumpur roads. Now, for the rubber, it's IRC type, which is a pretty standard fare. The wheelbase is 1350mm, which is quite short, so it should give a pretty sharp handling. The turning circle is 2 meters, which is perfect for making U-turns in those tight motorcycle parking lots in KL or PJ malls. Now let's talk about the engine. Being a scooter, the engine is pretty much hidden under the bodywork, so I'll just brief you on what's underneath. The NMAX is powered by a 155cc liquid-cooled single overhead camshaft 4-valve single-cylinder engine. Power is sent to the rear wheel via a CVT gearbox with belt final drive. It's a typical scooter layout, except this Yamaha has an A-stop sleeve in the form of variable valve actuation, kind of like how V-Type in a Honda Civic works. The NMAX's engine is good for 14.8 horsepower and torque is claimed at 14.4 Nm at 6,000 RPM. That is actually a decent amount of power from just 155cc. The VVA switches intake cam lobes depending on engine speed, which is pretty sophisticated for a sub 10k scooter. Next, let's have a look at the storage, which is one of the reasons why a scooter is so practical. Underneath, we have decent storage space. There are other scooters with more storage room, of course. The NMAX underseat storage won't swallow all types of helmets. Full face helmets of course wouldn't fit in there, and we actually have trouble fitting in a standard open face helmet. Another one interesting feature though, which any Malaysian biker will appreciate. Once you turn off the engine, you can press the switch and the ignition key lock is immediately shielded. You will need another special key on the back of the key fob to unlock the shield. If you have ridden and parked anywhere in Kuala Lumpur, you will know that this is a very valuable feature that will deter would-be thieves from trying to force the screwdriver in the lock and trying to force the ignition on. This is a feature which I like. Finally, before we take this bike for a last spin, there is this one feature that I dislike the most. I mean, of all the names that they could have chosen, why NMAX? After a few days of riding this bike, when my friend asked me what bike I was riding, I still don't remember the name. I mean, NMAX, it sounds almost like the name of an alkaline battery. Call me Yamaha, I'll give you some great suggestions. See ya! Riding the NMAX is astonishing. It doesn't feel like a 155cc scooter. I mean, look at it go! But what's good is that the brakes, which are disc up front and on the rear, are also pretty good. The steering is pretty light and fast. This scooter is pretty agile, but the suspension can be rather harsh. I don't know if it's the small rims or the suspension, but this scooter will definitely jump over bumps. But as I said, the acceleration really is quite marvelous. The scooter does feel a bit skittish at high speed, but the engine is really quite a willing little jab. I think if I really gun it, I would probably get something like 135 km per hour at top speed, but of course, we have traffic rules to obey. Now, that's it for the Yamaha NMAX 155 review. As you've seen, it's quite a good deal for the 8,000 ringgit or so for its asking price, and I think it's going to give its competitors a challenging time. I'm Ahirin. See you next time in the next review for CBT.